This is TW Battles doing online commentary for Napoleon Total War. I am playing Germany and my opponent is France. In case you hadn't noticed yet, I am playing a mod. It's called the Great War mod, and it is designed to replicate World War I gameplay. Right now you can see some of my units here. That's my infiltration battalion. There's two of my artillery units. And a lot of my units here are Landwehr. There's some stormtroopers, another infiltration battalion unit, my cavalry, and I have two more artillery units on the end there. A lot of these units have been reskinned just temporarily until some more effort goes into it, and proper uniforms and helmets and such are made. But for now, the group has done a great job of doing these temporary textures and reskins on these units, and they definitely do have a World War I flavor to them. You can see here the Home Guard unit, the Rifle Battalion, another unit of them, another Home Guard unit, and Republican Shock Troopers in their noticeable red and blue. And here's some of those French artillery units. They have a cavalry squadron in the background here. And let's take a look at my army moving forward here. I got some of my Landwehr units on my right, making up most of my right flank, and my center advancing forward. And I'm making another line further up the battlefield here, making up my left flank. And you can see my artillery is already trained on these French troops advancing forward. And they're feeling the effects of their artillery, so they're going to start running forward. See some of my artillery exploding overhead there. And really, artillery is king in these battles. If you can get your artillery firing on your enemy as early as possible, it's really going to help you out overall in the battle. The best you can do to take out your enemy artillery, the better. I mean, pretty much do what you can do. I like to use some cavalry units and skirt them around the edge, or shoot them up the middle if I find an opening, to get to the enemy artillery as soon as possible. Because if you can take out the enemy artillery, you have a much better chance of winning these battles. You can see those Republican shock troopers not liking those explosions too much, so they're going to head back in the other direction and regroup. And I'm moving my hidden infiltration battalion unit forward there, creeping their way up. And you can see I have two units here. One's an experimental howitzer, and the other is a 12-pounder foot artillery. And I have another two units on the other side here, and you can see they're taking some fire from the French artillery as well. Let's follow some of these shots. And you can see already all these craters on the French right flank over here. You can see I broke up a lot of those troops. Most of these casualties you're seeing over here were due to artillery. Now they're in range of my infantry, and you can see me doing some damage there. You can see that great blood mod I have that creates a nice little puff of blood when the bullet or artillery hits, and it's a really great feature for realism. You can see here, considering I crushed the French on my left flank, pretty much spinning some of my guys towards the middle to kind of pinch in and create some pressure there. And there's those rifle battalion units moving forward there, trying to get in better range of my units. And currently I'm playing the Grassy Flatlands map. I don't often play this map just because I usually like a lot more interesting geographical features on the map. I like rivers and mountains and hills and stuff like that. That add a lot more to the strategy. But considering this is a World War I mod, and they often fought on very flat plains in France or whatever have you, seemed fitting to fight this battle here. You can see my Landwehr unit here getting off some shots. This other Landwehr unit in the middle is catching some artillery fire here, and you can see the smoke there. I believe that's the lime shot, which is basically a nerve gas that the French are really firing at me. And there's me spinning some of my troops towards the middle to take advantage of my strength on my left flank here. I'm going to do the same with that unit there. And if you look at the mini-map, you can see the French army is pretty much decimated at this point. I'm a little surprised by that because they should outclass me, as far as infantry goes, and our artillery is pretty much the same, so I'm a little surprised that they didn't do better against my infantry here. But I think I had my infantry in a very good defensive position, and my artillery did a great job of just firing on these French units from the get-go, so that really allowed me to take the upper hand in this battle. You can see some of those red and blues routing. You can see a rifle battalion unit there routing as well. And the French still have a few artillery units back here. 12-pounder and I believe an experimental howitzer, plus their cavalry unit. You can see these barriers back here that act as trenches, and right now they're a semi-temporary solution to trenches in this mod, but they do a great job. They do offer protection. You can see the AI there deploying their cannon right on top of it. I don't know if that's helping them out, but they definitely do offer protection, particularly for artillery in these battles. You can see my artillery is relentlessly raining down on these French troops. Some really cool shots in the background of that artillery. You can see my rifle battalion unit is engaged here in melee, but a bunch of my guys are still firing at the routing French troops. You can see all the bodies on the battlefield here, just total devastation. A lot of guys have died in this battle already. You see my infiltration battalion unit moving forward, as well as my Landwehr unit. I really like these German uniforms. They look very cool. I mean, it's just a temporary solution to getting them some World War I era uniforms. They look really good. As you can see right now, the artillery has not yet been reskinned. These are still the Napoleonic looking cannons. They have World War I characteristics, but right now they look pretty much the same. Cannons and artillery have been redesigned. They are not able to be implemented into the game yet because the team is waiting for a conversion tool to allow some of these newly designed weapons to be implemented into the game. So that should be coming pretty soon. And once that does come, this mod is going to look simply awesome. You can see one of my units routed there, rushing in on this artillery. It's pretty devastating at times to try and attack artillery by foot, but this unit was able to sneak in there, and they're going to go ahead and melee fight this French unit. And the artillery units can put up a pretty good fight. I believe they're comprised of I think it's 50 to 75 men. Actually, it's 75 men to 54 men to this particular artillery unit. So that's a pretty sizable force to be melee fighting. You better make sure you have some good numbers before you attack artillery. And you can see my guys got this artillery to rout, and this battle's pretty much over. You can see I have a pretty decisive victory there. I hope you enjoyed this battle.